If you watched any of my other videos, you know I'm all about saving money and do-it-yourself projects, and this guy right here, and I was actually going to make a video on it. I guess I'm making a video on it now. All scrap material, didn't cost me a dime. You see the dimensions of it. It's roughly 2 feet to the shackle. See the angle? The angle's critical, and the length, because when you put it on the ground, those teeth dig in to anything. I've been in swamp where there was just water and grass with a full loaded trailer, and you can winch yourself out with that. It's amazing. It'll find just the roots of the grass. It'll pull them together and up with them until all of a sudden you're moving. Amazing thing. I remember a situation I was in with my buddy. We were on a spring bear hunt. We get stuck in this swamp, and he was mad. He threw his hands up. He said, "We're done. We'll never get out of here." I pulled this out, and he laughed at me. I said, "You just watch." We were out of that mud hole in 5 minutes. Yeah. The other thing about it with the angle, when I'm done winching, I just grab that handle and pull, and it's amazing how easily it just pulls back out of the dirt or wherever it is you winched off of, and you throw her the box of your quad, and away you go. So there you go. Yeah. Some strong welds. I've had, I don't know, like everything else I got, I suppose I made this thing 25 years ago. I've winched myself through some hell holes with it. Okay, that's enough about it.
This is Grizzly Country Outdoors.
Go over and have a look at this anchor here. There's what we're looking at. If that doesn't bite, I'll just move it over on the other side of this little spruce, and it'll definitely, we'll get a purchase on that for sure. I want to see if it works on this frozen ground. I don't think it will. Well, that just did exactly what I thought. It just skidded across the frozen ground. It was trying. Tore up a hell of a pile of grass. But now we're on the back of this little spruce. So it'll definitely pull that spruce if the spruce is strong enough. Otherwise, I gotta run my winch line out further. Well, I'm calling that another successful anchor job. Now I got the rhino up. She's got traction. She wants to pull right from where she's sitting, so I just got to get this winch line pulled in. Oh my God. The last thing I want to do is film this, but it's important to show stupidity.
So this video, this is something I've intended to shoot for several years, a video about this ATV Anchor. The thing is absolutely amazing. I would never go out with my ATV and not take it. It's just absolutely indispensable. And at this point here, I had already tried winching off that grassy hummock in the middle of the pond, and then off a little birch tree that was at the base of the dam, but I couldn't winch forward because the ice was too thick. The machine couldn't get pulled up through that thick ice, and the birch tree wasn't strong enough. And at this point, I had successfully winched backwards 7 feet, and then I just decided, you know what, I should just videotape this. And then I had that older videotape, never published, from like 2021, and I decided I'd throw the two together just so you could see this anchor in action. And this particular part of it, I didn't edit this at all. I'm just letting this run continuously. It's about a 15-minute segment here, trying to get myself pulled out of this friggin' pond. So anyway, I'm just saying I will never go in the bush with my ATV and not take this anchor. It's indispensable.
I thought I was going to drive in this trail. I come to this water. I thought, the ice won't be very thick. Wrong. The ice is 4 inches thick. But it's the outflow from a friggin' beaver dam. And even though it's 4 inches thick, it ain't thick enough to hold the rhino. So I punched through. Well, holy crap. Once I went through that ice, I can't drive forward. There's no way, because the tires are just spinning on the ice. I went over here. You see my tracks. I attempted to winch onto that. Not possible, because the ice here in front of me was too thick. The tires wouldn't climb it. The machine couldn't pull itself onto it. Winch couldn't get me up there. So then I took a dolly up into here at the bottom of the beaver dam. Just a couple of little birch there. Their roots wouldn't hold. They were just folding over. So I found out, all right, the only chance I got out the anchor. I took a dolly on that little wee damn willow or poplar stuff. I'm sucking myself backwards. And I'm close. I'm really close to getting out. So I think I might take my winch line and pull it. I gotta figure this out. I'm not sure. See, my tire's getting in the way now of trying to winch to that point. It did pull me back all the way out from there. Like, I come back 7 feet. But, oh, there's a little spruce. There we are, right there. That little spruce. I'm gonna take my winch line. I gotta get it out from this tire. I gotta get it out where the tire isn't gonna run on it. And I'm gonna suck myself kind of backwards and sideways to that little spruce. That's what we're gonna do here. All right. We're gonna get out of this. It's not making my morning. That's for sure. Too bad, there's tremendous deer country back up in there. Let's see what we got here.
So you can see where I am. There's all kinds of really small little poplars and alders and stuff on the face of this dam, right? But if you try to winch on them, they just pull out. And yet, if you take the anchor and drop it at the base of them, so it can work with the root system of even a little wee alder or willow like that, it's amazing how the anchor makes all the difference in the world in allowing you to winch yourself out in these situations. So it's awesome. Like right there, you can see the little wee poplar that I did manage to winch myself backwards on. It's like 6 inches long. It was chewed off by the beavers, right? And it's a little down poplar, but with the anchor tucked into the roots of it, it pulled me back, and it's the only reason I got out of here. I without the anchor, I would have had to have somebody come in with another ATV to pull me out.
The thing with this anchor is you got to find either a really deep tussock of grass, tussocks, or you get right in at the root of a little tree like this. And I can actually see right beside the little spruce there's a little poplar that the beavers chewed off. That's about 4 inches in on the right side here. Yeah, so when I get in here, I tried to back out immediately, right? I'm not completely stupid, but the ice, this ice right on the edge wouldn't let me. So for that back right tire, that's the thing, if I can get that sumbitch up. Even if I can just pull myself, my front sideways here, I'll get turned and then I'll be able to kind of winch more forward. Let's see what happens. Thank God for that anchor. I wouldn't have a chance in here.
Just another comment on what this anchor does for me. There's so many places I've been stuck in which the trees are so far away, or sometimes there are no trees, and this anchor either gives me something to winch off of, or it means I don't have to run out 200 feet of bloody extra tow straps and stuff, you know, to find a tree that I can winch off of. And again, like, I wouldn't have gotten out of this situation without this anchor. No, that's just a fact. And just to explain something, the physics of it, because of the angle of the teeth, like I say, I'll put this at the base of like really small willows, poplars, even tussocks of grass. What happens when you start winching, it's kind of a combination of the angle of the teeth, the length of the teeth, and the length of the shaft coming back to where the shackle is that the winch hooks to. The whole thing pulls down. It pulls hard down into the ground, which is one reason why it holds so good no matter what it is you're trying to winch off of. And it's like I say, it's a combination of the length of it and the angle of those teeth. It's just amazing. It's just just one of those things that come to me one day. It was one of those government projects that I welded up out at work eons ago. Yeah, just all scrap steel. It was in the kind of the scrap bin at the welding shop where I used to work. And just to clarify that last remark, I am not a welder, but I was allowed to use the big Lincoln welder at the welding shop at the gas plant where I used to work. I'm a gas plant operator, right?
Well, I'm gonna dally around the bottom of that little spruce again. Should be able to pull myself out here now. Once again, God bless the anchor. The greatest outdoor tool I ever built. Scrap material that I welded up, geez, 25, 30 years ago. This and others Don't leave home without that.
So you can see there, just at the back of the handle, she's taken a little bit of a bend in the shaft. I need to straighten that out and put a angle iron gusset on there to stiffen her up. And you can see the overall length of the shaft is 29 inches. And then to the end of the shackle where your winch line hooks on is 33 inches, and the teeth are 8 inches long. And they're spaced 7 inches apart.